Shell Smash, Shell Smash, Shell Smash. Nailed it! Hey everyone, it's CurlyHairedHero, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Sword and Shield Wi-Fi ranked singles. So, got weird-ass team here today. We got the Glaceon, who I've been seeing a lot lately. I don't know why. This is like the third battle I've seen with a Glaceon. We've got the Charizard and the Togekiss, which is relatively standard. But then we got the Greedent and the Morpeko, as well as the Kingler. Not really sure how I feel about any of this. Alright, so Greedent is actually a normal type. The only thing I really have for that is Cinderace with High Jump Kick, but even that's probably not going to be great. High Jump Kick can hit the Morpeko, as well as Power Ball or High Jump Kick can finish off the Glaceon. So once again, we should be able to start off with Cinderace. We got the Boltland for the Togekiss and the Charizard, as well as the Kingler here, so we can definitely bring that along. Whereas I don't know if I want to bring in the Rhyperior. Let's see. I can take on Glaceon. I can take on Charizard. I can take on Togekiss, actually. I can actually take on the Morpeko. Technically the Kingler, so I guess we should be okay. So let's go the team here. I basically got Hydreigon, Gyarados, and Serena just fucking on the bench. Not doing anything. Just looking over while Boltland, Cinderace, and Rhyperior have all the fun. I'm sorry, guys. It's just really not been plausible to use them versus anyone else. Or rather, versus the three that I've been using so far. They seem to be a solid core. But in general, I'm still sort of messing around with this team. I'm trying to come up with a sort of other Pokemon that work well with, I guess, primarily the core that I'm using right now. Because I kind of just brought in Rhyperior because I really want to use it, and I brought in Cinderace and Boltland to sort of help Rhyperior out with, you know, its grass and water type weaknesses, and I kind of just need other team members to fill that out for me. So I should be pretty safe in going for Power Ball here. It's not like he has anything with Flash Fire. If he switches, that's fine. Whatever comes in, it's going to eat the Power Ball, even if it's the Charizard. It's going to be the Greedent. So that's actually fine. I want to see how much this does anyways. It's going to do a good amount, which leads me to believe that this High Jump Kick here will probably finish it off. Barring he goes for a Dynamax. So let's see what happens here. I know I'm obviously faster because Greedent has like 10 base speed. So down goes the Greedent. Should have probably, well, I don't know if Dynamaxing really would have made a difference. It does have a lot of HP, so it might have made a difference, but I don't really know if it had anything that it could have used with that. So next up, we've got here the Togekiss. So Cinderace is okay going up against this because I can just go for Power Ball and do neutral damage. You know, Dazzling Gleam isn't really going to hurt, but I could switch out. So let's... this thing could also maybe Dynamax and try to go for like the max Airstream on me. So let's just use the U-turn, I guess. Go into Boltland. That's what I figured. You are going to Dynamax. Probably no choice in Dynamaxing, or probably no use in Dynamaxing with the Glaceon. So you're going to Dynamax with this. Probably go for the max Airstream, which is why I'm going to try and switch out for Boltland, who does resist that. You're going to get a boost in your speed, but that's not really going to matter because Boltland, I'm pretty sure, is still faster than you either way. So we're going to go for the U-turn here, which isn't really going to do anything. But it is going to allow me to safely switch out my Cinderace and bring out the Boltland and see how this works. We do have the Thunder Fang, which would do, you know, a good, nice chunky damage there. Otherwise, we're going to be in a bit of a tight spot. That does a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do for something that I supposedly resist. What kind of bullshit is that? So thankfully it doesn't raise up its offensive stats. So we should be able to go here for Thunder Fang and do maybe a little less than half. No, way more than half. All right, nice job. But that's actually going to kick off its weakness policy. Apparently everything's using weakness policy now, myself included. So this max Starkfall here is going to finish us off after the weakness policy boost. Why the fuck not? But I have Cinderace. Cinderace is hella fast. Togekiss is hella not. But it is +1 speed. So I should still outspeed this. I am a bit worried about how much damage that max airstream did to Boltland, but Boltland's not really like a fucking... Like, he's essentially made out of glass, right? So let's go here, easily Pyro Ball, finish this thing off. Didn't even need to Dynamax. Didn't even need to bring out Rhyperior, unless, you know, Glaceon comes out right now, survives a Pyro Ball, hits me with a max hit, a max roll, crit, Shadow Ball, or something, and finishes me off. But presumably, I should be able to easily come in here, click Pyro Ball, not miss, and then kick this poor little Glaceon straight in the face. Every time, I don't understand why everyone's using Glaceon so often. Maybe it's to counter like Dragapult or something like that, but that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I guess maybe it does, but then like, you know, no. GG. So I'm going to jinx it by saying this, but we've actually been doing pretty good so far. And I kind of immediately jinxed it, because now we're facing off a super, ultra, mega meta team here in the Tyranitar, Corsola, Dragon Catapult, Rotom Heat. If it would have been Rotom Wash, it would have been the perfect meta team almost. Or not perfect, but you know what I mean. The Corviknight and the Darmanitan. Alright. So we can bring Rhyperior and can take on the Tyranitar. I cannot really do anything against the Corsola. I can maybe deal with the Dragon Catapult. I can definitely deal with the Rotom. I can kind of deal with the Corviknight. And I can technically deal with the Darmanitan. So technically, Rhyperior is great for everything. Cinderace here can take on the Tyranitar and the Corviknight and the Darmanitan, so that's not half bad. But my main issue is the Corsola, which I feel like they're gonna bring in first. So how do I want to play this? I kind of want to bring in Hydreigon just for that. Let's start off with Hydreigon. I want to switch it off from the choice specs and give it a Life Orb, but it's kind of way too late for that now. Just because I'm obviously using the Rhyperior as my Dynamax, and I can't lock myself into a move and then use the Dynamax move. So let's go against this presumably Ghost type trainer, even though they've only got one fucking Ghost type. Actually, no, they've got two, but still, go eat shit. Interestingly, different clothes from what they have on their trainer card, which is kind of cool. Alright, so as I figured, they're going to start here with the Corsola. I'm going to immediately go for the Dark Pulse. I don't know how much that's going to do. I don't really think it's going to finish it off. But point is, if it uses Strength Sap, it's not going to be all that great against me. Which is why it's actually going to switch and probably go into Tyranitar. Yeah, go into the T-Tar here. Who's going to bring out the Sandstream. So I kind of need Hydreigon. But I don't really have a safe switch. So that's not really going to do anything. Oh, boy. Alright, so I might have to even just go into Rhyperior, because I can't think of a situation where Cinderace takes a move really well, right? But I mean, I don't really need Cinderace right now. What are you gonna hit Hydreigon with? Alright, let's go into Cinderace. I'm trying to think of what you could possibly hit. I mean, maybe Stone Edge, that would hurt, right? But I'm trying to think of what you could possibly go for. It's going to be the superpower. Okay. Thankfully, I didn't go into Rhyperior, because that would have kind of sucked. So that actually is pretty good, because that's going to lower its attack here. They could be smart and switch, you know. That would suck. If they switch into the Corsola, I'd end up killing myself. Which, you know, is a good move. I just don't know if they're going to do that. Alright, let's go for the U-turn. Because whew, they did do it. Okay. Whew. That would have sucked. I would have been like a dumbass, gone into Hype Jump Kick and died. So, okay. Because sometimes I think of these switches, but then the problem is that of course Curse Body activates. Is it going to lock me in? Okay. Whew. I think of these switches, but then sometimes my opponent's team really isn't that good. or not my team, my opponent themselves really isn't that good. So they don't really do any of that stuff. So I end up over predicting and screw myself up. But I guess now that I'm in like the Great Ball tier, I'm facing off against better opponents, it seems. So now I can go in for this, or I can try this. Likewise, I can do this. There's also the Surf. Surf would actually do more damage on both of these Pokemon. So let's try that. If he stays in, which I don't see him doing, but if he's going to switch out back in Tyranitar, obviously I'm going to know and not go for Dark Pulse. So I'm going to go here for the Surf, which should do more damage than the Flash Cannon, which is a pretty good amount. The question is, am I faster than Tyranitar here? Because considering they brought him in with such confidence, I don't know if they have some sort of speed investment or something like that. And at the very least, we've managed to burn off a couple of turns of this Sandstorm, which is going to be a bit of an issue. Well, maybe not too much. Rhyperior wouldn't mind the sand, but let's see what they're going to go for here. They're actually going to try and stay in as I go in for another Surf. So we're going to take off. Whoa, what? Huh? Wait, what? What the fuck? What? Did I just get like a low roll Surf followed up by a high roll, or rather a high roll of Surf followed by like a low, like the lowest possible option I could have gotten, and I got the highest, or I got the highest and then the lowest? Is that really what just happened? Because there's no way that. What? I'm at a loss for words here. All right, let's, I guess, just go for the Pyro Ball, because obviously they decided to be stupid and switch out. I don't want to deal with that. So let's go here for Pyro Ball. All I can do is hope Pyro Ball's not even going to burn it, because I don't think Pyro Ball burns. Because that's the only thing that could have helped had I been able to inflict a status on the Corsola. Now that Hydreigon mysteriously died, that was complete and utter garbage. I don't understand how that happened. I don't even want to play this game anymore. Well, actually, may leave the target with a burn. All right, so I could try that. Literally nothing else I can do at this point. So let's try going for that. I think Corsola goes for Will-O-Wisp. But, you know, I'm Cinderace, so you can't really do anything like that. I know you got the Strength Sap, obviously. So that's really going to fuck me. But there's literally nothing I can do about that. That's just going to bring him back to full. Ugh. And it's not even going to kill me. So what do I even do at this point? I almost feel like I should have gone for the Dynamax there. Hit it with the Pyro Ball. That might have done a little bit better. Because I obviously don't want to... Jesus. I don't want to switch into Rhyperior and then lose my attack immediately. But like the only option I have is going for a high jump kick, killing myself, hoping Rhyperior can take this thing on, but it can't. Like, I just got cheated on my Hydreigon somehow. I don't understand. That or I go for another. Let's try and go for another one of these. Try and see if I can get a burn. I guess I can just stall this out till I get a burn, if possible. And then, again, I can just kill myself with the high jump kick. Oh, it's got the Nightshade. Okay, well, that's actually going to leave me alive. Oh, no, I had exactly 50. Never mind. I thought I had 56. That's fine. So this allows me to switch in. Going for the Pyro Ball there. Where's the other option? Now, hopefully I am faster than this thing, but I don't... oh, I have the Crunch. Maybe by a small miracle, Dynamaxing, and then being faster than it can maybe allow me to hit the max darkness and kill it in one hit, thanks to the Pyro Ball. Let's see. On top of that, there's a small chance Strength Snap being a grass move triggers my weakness policy, which negates Strength Snap's Strength Sap's effect on me, but let's see. Alright, so we actually are going to go first. Go for the Max Darkness here, which is not going to do enough. Does about half, which is still solid, but my opponent here can also still Dynamax. So that's going to use the Strength Sap, which is going to basically bring it back to full. And of course, it doesn't kick in my weakness policy. This is just so unfortunate. I had this not so much in the bag, but I was able to handle this Corsola with Hydreigon, and then I just got cheated out of it somehow. I don't know what the heck happened there. Unless like the Surf was like a critical hit and I didn't notice, and then that what's his name? Tyranitar was like assault vested or max special defense or something like that. That's why I didn't notice. But what the fuck? Whatever. I literally cannot do anything but just keep spamming max darkness and hope that it keeps lowering whatever stat. Special defense. Like that's real useful. I guess the only other thing I could have done was use the max stone whatever, or the one that brings out Sandstorm. Get some residual damage, but honestly, it wouldn't have mattered at this point. There's not really anything I can do. I don't know if Stone Edge if it crits, if it ignores my stats, like the fact that my stats went down. I doubt it. So all I can do here is just weekly spam crunch while this dumb asshole waits until now to use Will-O-Wisp, as if my attack weren't measly enough. And I just gotta wait until he eventually kills me, which is gonna take 1,000 turns. Take care of yourself.